10 addictive games you will lose track of time. Elder Scrolls Online. Dive into the expansive world of Tamriel and Elder Scrolls Online, where exploration, combat, and questing combine to create an epic adventure. Create your character from one of the many Elder Scrolls races, each with unique abilities. Combat is active and engaging, requiring you to block, dodge, and aim your attacks, keeping every battle exciting. The world of Tamriel is vast and varied, from the snowy peaks of Skyrim to the deserts of Hammerfell, each region brimming with quests, dungeons, and secrets. The quests are well written and immersive, drawing you deeper into the lore. Playing with friends or joining a guild enhances the experience, allowing you to tackle dungeons, explore the world, or engage in massive PvP battles in Cyrodiil. The progression system is addictive, offering a wealth of customization options as you level up, craft gear, and learn new abilities. Despite its vast content and potential for grind, Elder Scrolls Online offers a deeply immersive world for those who love to get lost in their games.
What a fight, side by side.
Valheim. Enter the Viking world of Valheim, where you start as a fallen warrior aiming to impress Odin. Gather resources like wood, stone, and food to build everything from simple huts to massive fortresses. The crafting system is straightforward yet deep, letting you create weapons, tools, and even longships. Combat is crucial, with a variety of enemies from basic foes to mighty trolls, each with unique attack styles. Boss fights are epic and require real strategy to conquer. Building is incredibly satisfying, with a physics-based system that makes you consider stability and protection from the elements. Exploration is key, with a massive map that changes each time you play, featuring different biomes like forests, mountains, and swamps, each with unique resources and tougher enemies. Playing with friends enhances the experience, making exploration, boss fights, and building projects more enjoyable. The progression system is highly addictive, as you start with nothing and gradually become a Viking legend. Despite some bugs and performance issues, the developers are continually updating the game to improve it. Spec Ops: The Line. Spec Ops: The Line might seem like just another military shooter, but it's much more. You play as Captain Martin Walker, leading a team into a sandstorm-ravaged Dubai to find a missing colonel. The story quickly takes a dark turn, delving into the horrors of war and moral ambiguity. It's one of the most thought-provoking narratives in a shooter. Gameplay-wise, it's a third-person cover shooter with solid mechanics. The sand plays a big role, and using it to your advantage can turn the tide in battles. The real star here, though, is the narrative, which makes you question your actions and the nature of heroism. The game's atmosphere is intense and often unsettling, with some truly shocking moments that stick with you long after you've finished. If you're looking for a shooter with a deep, impactful story, Spec Ops: The Line is a must-play.
Enemy inside! Take him out!
Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 remains a masterpiece even years after its release. You play as Arthur Morgan, a member of the Van der Linde gang, exploring a beautifully crafted version of the American frontier. The world is incredibly detailed, and everything from the landscapes to the towns feels alive and immersive. You can easily lose hours just exploring and taking in the scenery. The story is top-notch, filled with complex characters, emotional moments, and tough choices. Arthur's journey is a slow burn, but it pulls you in and makes you care deeply about the gang and their struggles. The voice acting and writing are some of the best in any game. Gameplay-wise, it has everything. The shooting mechanics are solid, with a satisfying mix of action and strategy. You'll be involved in gunfights, heists, and all sorts of outlaw activities, but it's not all about violence. You can also go hunting, fishing, and even play poker. The game gives you a lot of freedom to do what you want. One standout feature is the attention to detail. Your actions have consequences, commit crimes, and bounty hunters will come after you. Your horse needs care and attention, and Arthur himself has to eat and sleep to stay healthy. These details make the world feel even more real. Red Dead Online adds even more content, allowing you to team up with friends to complete missions, explore the world, and engage in PvP battles. It's a great addition if you're looking for more after finishing the main story. Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 Stay Human had a rocky development, but it's finally here, and there's a lot to talk about. You play as Aiden Caldwell, a man with a mysterious past in a post-apocalyptic city overrun by zombies. The parkour system is a huge part of the game. You can run, jump, and climb over pretty much anything, making exploring the city a blast. The movement feels fluid and natural, especially when you're being chased by zombies. Combat is intense, with a mix of melee and ranged weapons, but the melee combat shines. Hitting zombies and enemies with bats, pipes, and other improvised weapons is incredibly satisfying. Plus, you can craft and upgrade your gear to make it even more powerful. The city is divided into different factions, and your choices matter. Siding with various groups impacts the world around you, giving the game a lot of replay value. The day-night cycle is crucial. During the day, zombies are slower and weaker, making it easier to explore and complete missions. At night, they become much more dangerous and powerful. Special infected come out to hunt you, making nighttime both terrifying and thrilling. The story is decent, with interesting characters and twists, but it can feel a bit cliché at times. However, the main draw of Dying Light 2 is the gameplay and the freedom to explore and make choices.
Anything.
Fallout 4. Revisiting Fallout 4 in 2024, it still holds up well. You start as a survivor from Vault 111 in post-apocalyptic Boston. The open world is huge and filled with interesting places to explore, from dilapidated cities to creepy underground bunkers. Exploration is a big highlight. You never know what you'll find next. The story begins with you searching for your kidnapped son, but it branches out into various factions and side quests. You can align with groups like the Brotherhood of Steel or the Railroad, each with its own storyline and consequences. Combat is a mix of first-person shooting and RPG mechanics. VATS mode, where you can slow down time and target specific body parts, is super satisfying. Crafting and building are major parts of the game. You can customize weapons, armor, and even build entire settlements. One downside is that the game can feel a bit buggy, and the graphics aren't the best by today's standards. However, the modding community is huge and active, providing countless mods that can improve and expand the game. Overall, Fallout 4 is still a blast to play if you love open-world RPGs with deep lore and endless exploration. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End wraps up Nathan Drake's story in spectacular fashion. Nathan is pulled out of retirement by his long-lost brother Sam, and the story is gripping, filled with twists, emotional moments, and plenty of humor. The chemistry between characters is fantastic. Gameplay is a mix of climbing, puzzle solving, and intense gunfights. The environments are stunning, from lush jungles to ancient ruins, each level beautifully detailed. The action sequences are cinematic and keep you on the edge of your seat. Stealth is a bigger focus in this game, allowing for different approaches to combat. The grappling hook adds a new dimension to traversal, making climbing and swinging around feel fluid and fun. Overall, Uncharted 4 is a must-play for any action-adventure fan. It's a perfect blend of storytelling and gameplay that delivers a memorable experience. Remember Me, a cyberpunk action-adventure game from 2013, has some really cool ideas. You play as Nealon, a memory hunter in a futuristic Paris where memories can be digitized and manipulated. The setting is stunning, with a rich, detailed world that feels alive. The combat system is unique. You create your own combos using the Combo Lab, which lets you customize your fighting style. It's a refreshing change from typical beat-em-up mechanics. Memory remixing is another standout feature. You can dive into people's memories and alter them, changing their perception of reality. These sections are like puzzles, and are some of the most intriguing parts of the game. The story is engaging, touching on themes of identity and control. However, some parts of the gameplay can feel repetitive, and the platforming sections aren't as polished. Overall, Remember Me is worth checking out for its unique mechanics and captivating world. It's a hidden gem in the cyberpunk genre. Warframe. Warframe throws you into a futuristic world as a space ninja called a Tenno, piloting powerful suits known as Warframes. The game is fast-paced, action-packed, and incredibly addictive. You start by choosing one of the many Warframes, each with unique abilities and playstyles. The combat is super fluid. You'll be slicing, dicing, and shooting your way through hordes of enemies. Movement is key. You can sprint, slide, wall run, and even bullet jump across the map, making everything feel dynamic. The missions are varied, from stealthy infiltrations to all-out assault missions, and there's always something new to keep you engaged. Plus, the game constantly gets updated with new content, so it never feels stale. Customization is huge in Warframe. You can upgrade your Warframes and weapons with mods, changing how they perform. This means you can tailor your loadout to suit your playstyle perfectly. Plus, there are tons of cosmetic options to make your Warframe look exactly how you want. The game has a bit of a learning curve, especially for new players. The sheer amount of content and systems can be overwhelming at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's incredibly rewarding. There are plenty of guides and a helpful community to get you up to speed. Co-op play is a blast. Teaming up with friends or other players makes missions more fun and often easier. The matchmaking system is smooth, so you can always find someone to play with. Binary Domain. Binary Domain might be forgotten, but it's definitely worth revisiting. Set in a future where robots and humans coexist, you play as Dan Marshall, part of a squad tasked with taking down rogue robots in Tokyo. The story is surprisingly deep, exploring themes of AI and what it means to be human. The gameplay is solid third-person shooting with a twist. Your squad mates react to your commands and how you treat them, which affects their performance and the story. The voice command feature was pretty innovative for its time. Enemy robots are fun to fight. You can dismember them, which affects their behavior. It's satisfying to see them adapt to losing limbs and keep coming at you. The atmosphere and setting are well crafted, with a mix of action and quieter moments that build tension. While it didn't get the attention it deserved, Binary Domain is a hidden gem if you enjoy shooters with